So there's a business idea that's both unique and has mass market appeal and can make you an insane amount of money. This unique business idea is so interesting because really anyone can do it. And I've been surrounding myself as much as possible lately with people who make money on the internet in different ways to me. So if you don't know me already, my name's Connor. I've made millions being first a cryptocurrency trader, second an influencer in the cryptocurrency space, and someone who talks about his insights daily on where I think the cryptocurrency markets might go. Now I've created a online community of people that watch my content every single day to see my opinion. Now, this is where you can create a lot of money and income. And this is why I created this second channel or third channel. I have another cryptocurrency channel. In fact, I have a few channels because I think YouTube is one of those rare opportunities, right? In this moment in time in 2025, I think this is one of those rare opportunities that you can make an outsized amount of money with a very limited experience, which is an exciting thing because we never had an opportunity like this before. And I think anyone who's watching this video, you're looking for ideas. I myself started my journey in online money making by literally typing in how to make money on the internet. And I came across Amazon FBA. I made my first £100,000, not from Amazon FBA, but from drop shipping, which I learned about from searching how to make money online, stumbling on Amazon FBA, stumbling then onto dropshipping, creating my first Shopify store, and spending about 6 months actually losing money. But that money loss was my journey, my cost to learn, right? And that brought me my first success, and then that success I parlayed into other opportunities. And this is what created the opportunity that I can now walk around on a Tuesday afternoon and talk to the camera like a bloody idiot. But unique business idea for you is you need to think to yourself, what do you know? And guys, I don't want you to think that this is some speciality skill that sets you apart. You know, you could be a professor or something. No. What do you know? What do you understand? And what are you good at? Because there are going to be millions and millions of people who want to hear from you or learn the lessons that you've been through. Now, hear me out, because this is essentially what is known as info products. Now, info products are where you sell an idea to someone. And a lot of the time, these things could be called a course or a mentorship or something like that. Now, I don't want you to be put off by me talking about courses, all right? Because a lot of people have negative ideas and negative connotations around courses. I understand that there are scammers in the space, but if you're genuinely providing value to someone, which they would otherwise take, let's say 10 times or 100 times the time to learn, I think that's providing a certain amount of value. And I've seen people charge anywhere from a couple of $100 all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars for this information. And you might be saying, well, Connor, I don't know anything. I'm not an expert in anything. Well, one, you only need to be a couple of steps ahead of a person in order to help them along the way. In fact, I actually think it's much more beneficial for people to learn from someone who's only a few steps ahead of them than someone who's 100 steps ahead of them, because then the concepts that they're talking about don't seem so crazy, right? At the start of my journey, if I had a mentor, right, that was making $10,000 a month while I was making nothing, that would have got me started way quicker than listening to someone who made $1 million a month and listening to the concepts. Because I'll tell you the difference between someone who makes $1 million a month and someone who makes $10,000 a month is simply they use other people to do all the hard work, right? $1 million a month. They have teams of tens, maybe hundreds of people underneath them, right? That they pay in order to do all the hard work. But I actually think we want to do the hard work first. We want to know how our business is run. Anyway, I don't want to go on too much of a tangent there, but the key here is selling knowledge in a way that is faster than finding it on the internet, and people will pay for that. And someone like me, I've made millions of dollars, and I pay people to get their knowledge fast. I would pay for a sit-down mastermind of someone a few steps ahead of me in some niche, right? Or in some way to make money. If I could just quickly extract the value as quickly as possible, I'd pay for that. So I've met a few people recently, and it's so interesting because the things that they teach, you would never even consider it, right? There's people who are teaching how to sleep. Someone who used to be an insomniac got over that, and now he teaches people how to get better sleep. I myself pay for an info product about health, right? Someone who takes my bloods, they look at my bloods, they see what's going on, they try and get me better health using alternative forms than normal doctors, right? And then there's someone I know who helps people create their online brands. They create YouTubes, Instagrams, all of that. I saw someone else, she was editing for people. There's so many different things, right? There's so many different ideas here. Packaging the information that you have and then selling it as an info product. Now, this could be anything that you're good at. And it's crazy because people don't think that they actually have something that people might want to learn, but everyone does, right? And even if you don't, again, you can go out and learn it, then you can repackage it, and then you can help people on their journeys. So the best thing I would say is start your research, see if there's something that you already have that maybe you can hone in, you can condense it down, and you can help people learn. For example, this channel right here is about me helping inspiring entrepreneurs in the world of content creation, right? Content creation, which could also lead to affiliates, which could lead to them creating their own personal brands, which could lead to them doing all of these different things, right? Because I've managed to do it, so I have that skill that I can help people with. But maybe it's even being a teacher or helping teachers become teachers. And the best thing that I've found is make it as niche as possible, right? Another guy that I met, he was working in like air conditioning units in Australia, and then now he helps people who have their own companies, and well, he had his own company and then he marketed it and it did really well, and now he's helping people in that exact same niche market their products and do really well. And that's the kind of idea, right? So you've done something and then you help people do that same thing, and you can just rinse and repeat this idea over and over until you come across something that really works. Then you want to do a sort of a brand, a personal brand around it. You don't need to be a viral sensation. You don't need to get millions of views. You just need to talk with authority about the space that you're in, and people will then follow you, and then you'll give them value for free over time. And then if they want those concepts more and more from you, then you can start to sell it. And then you can also run ads to the videos. You can do all of that stuff, and you can build. And the thing is I can tell you all of these things in this video, but you'll learn it if you just start. So the key takeaways from this video: think about something that you understand, and it could be so niche. It could be playing chess, it could be being a mechanic on a specific type of car, it could be I don't know, skateboarding or artistry or anything, right? Anything you can think of. If you can provide value in that space, there's going to be millions of people, whether you're an expert or just a few steps ahead. So that's what you can do. Then you want to start yourself some online personas: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Find the one that flows really well with you. Watch my other videos about content creation and start your journey, guys. So there you have it. That's a video for you. If you want more information, please fill out the form in the description. I'm going to be providing even more value down there, and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next one.